Hey guys, so first, welcome to all the new followers that have joined the page recently. I see a lot of you guys are from across the pond in the United States and in Canada. And no doubt, right, because it's been going off in Canada and it's really, really inspiring what's happening there. And it's very much a battle. The people of Ottawa are battling for the freedoms of not only their country, but in a way, kind of for the entire world. As a beautiful tweet depicted, that if Trudeau was to back down, it would look bad for the entire governments, all of the governments around the world, right? So in a way, they're fighting for everyone's freedom. So good luck to these people. The police are coming in pretty hard, pretty brutal. There was a terrible video of cavalry storming in, and there's a really, really damning photo of a woman in some sort of disability wheelchair and who's been trampled over by horses. Multiple different reports coming in what's actually happened to that woman. I'm not going to comment on it yet because I don't know for sure, but I can imagine she was injured at the very least, right? Those horses, yeah, they fucking weigh a lot. So, but it's very inspiring, and you wouldn't believe how much that's inspired people around the world. I was just talking to someone from New Zealand who was saying about how when the New Zealand convoy went past his hometown and he joined in and he felt like back when he was a kid, like, yeah, we're going to take our country back. And he was telling me about how in New Zealand, in Wellington, it started out as a few thousand and then the police got heavy-handed or whatever, and now there's tens of thousands of New Zealanders that are there, and they've set up a town, and there's people, there's a medic tent, and there people are cooking food and everything, and clothes and blankets and everything's being donated. It's a real occupation that's happening there, and they call the Parliament building in New Zealand Beehive, but now it's called the Freehive. And it's really, really inspiring what's going on around the world. And humanity is waking up. At least here in England, on the COVID front, we can relax. I'd say, apart from the fact they're trying to jab 5 to 11-year-olds, that is an abomination. And they say offered. I mean, how the fuck do you offer this to kids? I mean, aren't we supposed to deter kids from taking experimental random drugs? But no, apparently a loving, trusting government wants to roll this out to the 5 to 11-year-olds. Needless to say, I don't think I have to tell any parent with a brain between their fucking ears what to do if the government tries to jab their children. But other than that, there's no COVID passports, there's no mask mandates, there's no lockdown in sight. Vaccine mandates seem pretty much done with. The COVID battle here seems to be won. Of course, the mainstream media is never going to say it's because of all the millions of non-compliant UK citizens that we just had to roll back the COVID measures, and some of these people were actually very organised and put a huge amount of time and effort into activism, fighting back, that we had to stop. No, it's because Boris had a party. Fucking yeah, right. I mean, maybe that's got something to do with it somewhere, and if it has, it's one hell of a party, Boris. Good on you in that regard. But there are other things in the UK that we definitely have to focus on. And now, if you are listening across the pond, this is mainly a UK page. We have Open1 USA and Open1 Canada. If you want just the focus on just those countries. But yeah, here I have to focus on where I can make the most change, the most effective use of my time and energy, and that is the UK. And yeah, a few things that we really, really don't want happening here. If you're not aware of already, they're trying to roll out artificial fluoride to all of the UK water supplies. We do not want that. Really, there are so many negative repercussions on having artificial fluoride added to our water supply. Especially, they get it from, it's just like toxic waste, essentially. It's like poisoning our water. It's so ridiculous that it's even being considered. But if you, like me and like anybody who's awake, don't trust the government, you think, why would they do this? Why would they want to do this? And if you look at how it can make populations easier to control, can reduce intelligence, and if you look at the potential spiritual implications by affecting the glands that are often attributed to spirituality and connection to God and everything else, then it becomes quite clear and obvious why they would want to try and do that. Now, I imagine some of the politicians that are pushing for it, some of the people in the House of Lords, don't even quite realise what they're doing, or they just don't realise that it would affect them as well, or because you could have at the source filtering in your own house, but what about the food supplies? What about going to a swimming pool? What about going to a hotel and using their showers? What about all of this and it would seep into the environment, it would poison the environment. There was a brilliant infographic created by one of the newly recruited graphics designers. Big ups to everybody who's put their names forward, by the way, to become a graphics designer to help out the cause. It's very much appreciated. I've definitely got enough graphics designers now that have stepped forward, and if you check out the infograph on the Fluoride Free Alliance UK or on the Open1 UK Instagram page or on the Telegram channel, you can see it there, and it's got a nice little detail of some of the negative implications of artificial fluoride. So we really don't want it in our water. The second most pressing issue in the UK right now is the attempt to do away with the Human Rights Act. I mean, right, you can't lose your human rights. You have rights. You're a human. You are born on this planet. And you could trace it back to God-given rights. I mean, we don't have to go be Christian here, but just to believe in the fact that we have rights, we have power, we are an embodiment of the God spark, and that comes with rights. And they're trying to get rid of them, or trying to get in the way of them by amending them with the Bill of Rights. And there's a consultation that's still open, by the way, till the 8th of March. If you haven't already, you can have your say there. Save Our Rights UK are doing a brilliant job of promoting this issue, but also they have a template which can be found on their website. If you go to the Telegram channel, my Telegram channel, for example, if you're listening to this on my Instagram page, you just go to my bio, and on the link tree there, go to my Telegram channel, and you can find the easy link. Just scroll up a little bit, it's there to fill out this consultation. Save Our Rights have done a lot of work there. Big ups to Louise. So we really obviously want to just let them know, no, because it's only in the consultation phase. It's an early stage, so we can, really nip it in the bud. And obviously we got the protest coming up on the 26th of February. So get down to London if you can make it. And it'll be 1 p.m. Hyde Park. And yeah, we'll get back into the swing of things for protesting this year, because the fight isn't over. We haven't won yet, although we've had a lot of victories, and we should definitely give ourselves some credit here in England, because many people around the world look at what's happening here and they're so inspired. And now many other countries are getting rid of their COVID restrictions. So someone had to lead the way, at least in the Western world, the places that did have COVID restrictions, because not everywhere had them, by the way, but of the places that did, someone had to lead the way to get out of it again, right? And that was us. That was England. So here we go. Let's keep the momentum going. On this channel, if you're listening this far, you must be what we call someone who's engaged and actually likes listening to me talk. I'm going to be doing some longer videos of me going into detail about my own journey and what has led me to be at this point where I am right now, how I became a leader of the activist movement for the UK, and how before that I was very much into my spirituality and my self-development, and how it's been an incredible journey of coming out of many addictions. Right now, I'm completely sober, and I have been for a long time. And things like alcohol, I haven't touched in nearly 6 years. Caffeine, I don't even need caffeine anymore. I have a brilliant exercise routine that I do almost every day. I exercise, but it's, I'm aiming for about 3 hours of intense exercise every day. I do high intensity interval training, and as well as building up other body mind practices. This past month or so, I've been getting really back into yoga, and I've said to myself, I'm going to do it every day, 20 minutes minimum, and now I'm doing more than that usually, and I'm really, really enjoying it. But I could talk at length about my life journey and what has led me to this point, and why I believe I am in a brilliant position to help people with their life as a life coach. And I'm really, really inspired from my experience so far of helping people with this modality. It's been really inspiring to talk to you guys, to get to know you guys, the Open1 family, better. And if you're interested in working with me as a life coach, just get in touch, send me a message, and yeah, we can work together on achieving your goals and improving humanity as a whole. So I think I'll keep it at this one for now. This is even a slightly longer video than usual, but trust me, I've got some really long ones coming. So if you have the attention span and what I'm saying is interesting and resonating, then stick around. Oh, as well with the podcast, that's going to be once every 2 weeks. I've got the next episode, I've got the next guest lined up, and that's going to be coming soon. So stick around for that. First one with Robert Malone was really good, really popular. Loved him. Great guest. So keep on fighting the good fight, guys, and we'll see you next time.